Hey guys, what's up? It's Crumb, and welcome to your Biohazard quest guide for the 2007 servers. For this quest, you need to have completed Plague City, and there are no other requirements. However, 33 agility may be a little helpful, so you can use this shortcut over here. For items, you need a pre-scout top and a pre-scout bottom. These are both purchasable from the clothing shop in Varrock Center. You should bring with you a Varrock teleport, a Falador/Draynor teleport, and an Ardougne teleport. Also, it's recommended to bring with you some weight reducing gear and some stamina potions and maybe a super energy potion. To begin this quest, go ahead and make your way over to this little house, which is in the western part of Ardougne. And once here, go ahead and speak to Elena. Or Elena. Say, I'll try to retrieve it for you. Alright, now let's go ahead and exit out of this house, and if you have 33 agility, you can use the log balance just to the east. However, if you don't have that, run south and cross over the bridge. Once in East Ardougne, let's go ahead and open up this house with the water symbol on it, and here, speak to Jericho. Once you're done speaking to him, go ahead and open up this cupboard, search the cupboard, and you'll find some bird feed. Now let's run around outside to the back of this house. Out back you'll find a pigeon cage, take one. And let's go ahead and make our way out the front of this house here. And then run south. We need to make our way down to the spirit tree. Once you hit the bridge, go ahead and head west. Then south past the castle. And when you see this wall here, keep heading west. And eventually get to the wall that basically keeps in the Plague City there. Go ahead and run south. And down here you will find Omar. Go ahead and speak to him. Once the conversation is over, let's run north. And you'll eventually get up to the little Mormor outpost here. Go ahead and use your bird feed on the watchtower fence here. Oops. Investigate the watchtower. Then use your bird feed on this watchtower. And then open the pigeon cage. This will distract them. Let's go ahead and run back south to speak to Omar. After a short few pauses, say okay, let's do it, option 1. And investigate the rope ladder, or it'll shoot you over automatically. Now that we're inside, we need to run all the way northwest. Around the fence, we'll eventually see a building here full of yellow dots. Here it is, it has the water symbol. Once you hit this building, it's just a little bit northwest. On the ground, you'll see a red dot, that's a rotten apple. Go ahead and take that rotten apple, and let's head just east. You'll see an area where you can squeeze through this fence. Go ahead and do that. Go ahead and use the rotten apple on the cauldron. Now that you've done that, squeeze back through the fence. Let's run to the front of this building with all the yellow dots. Once here, try to open the door. They tell us they're waiting for a doctor. Let's go ahead and start running southwest, down towards the doctor's hut. If you remember from Plague City, that building with the 2 doors is just a little bit to the west. Here we are. This is the doctor's house. Let's go ahead and open it up and search the cupboard to the north. Inside that cupboard, you'll find the doctor's gown. Let's go ahead now with the gown equipped and head back to that building where they wanted a doctor. Go ahead and open the door. They'll let you in. They will let you in. Now head to the staircase on the western side of this house. Once up here, enter into the main room. And you'll see two level 13 mourners. You need to kill one of them. If you're a level 3 skiller, you can easily recoil it to death. However, you have to do at least 1 damage. With the mourner dead, you'll go ahead and get a key. Go ahead and use the key on the gate, and then open the gate. Once here, search the crate. So it's this crate right here. On the it's like the south or the north southmost crate that you can search, or sorry, northeastmost crate that you can search. You're going to find a distillator. With that in hand, let's go ahead and return to Elena or Elena, not sure. Let's go ahead and open up this door to get back out and head all the way south. We're gonna go out the same way we got in. Once here, speak to Kilron. Say, yes, I do. Option 2. And investigate the rope ladder. And you should go over. Let's go ahead and run north now. Once you're back at her house, go ahead and make your way in. And speak to her. There'll be a short pause. Then she'll speak to you again and give you a whole bunch of good stuff. Now, one should note you cannot teleport with these things in your inventory. So let's go ahead and go to the bank since we need to go to Remington. So for that, we'll be using our Falador or Draynor teleport, but let's first put these samples away. That way they won't break on our way there. In your bank, go ahead and put away the liquid honey and just all the 4 things that she gave you. Let's go ahead and go to Falador or Draynor respectively, whichever one you have. And then once there, go ahead and make your way to the nearest bank. So instead of having like a Remington teleport for like a house teleport, we need to use a Falador or Draynor teleport. That way we can actually get them out of the bank. So go ahead and take out the 4 samples out of the bank. Make sure you have them all. And let's go ahead and start making our way down to Remington. If you have the agility level for this underwall tunnel, go ahead and use it. I'm only 36 agility, so I don't think it's too high. Keep running south past the crafting guild. And past this maze here from the Dragon Slayer quest. And eventually you'll get to this big building here. So here, go ahead and open the door. Now we need to be very careful here. We're going to speak to the chemist, but whatever you do, don't mention the plague to him. Otherwise, we'll need to go back to Elena, drop all our items, speak to Elena. She'll give us items again, then we'll need to come back here. So just follow my steps very carefully. Now, speak to the chemist and say your quest, option 2. Now, keep in mind if you don't have the your quest option, it's because you don't have all these items in your inventory. Say it's okay, I'm Elena's friend. Option 2. Say I just need some touch paper for a guy called Gurdor. Option 2. And he will give us the touch paper. Let's go ahead and head outside now. First, speak to Hobbs. And say you give him the vial of sulfuric bromide, or however you pronounce that. It's option 3. Then speak to Da Vinci. Select the first option, give him the vial of Athena. And then speak to Chansey. And you give him the vial of liquid honey, option 2. Let's go ahead now and walk back to Falador, since we need to go to Varrock, but we can't teleport with the touch paper or the plague sample. Now, it would be quicker to go to Port Sarim and use the deposit box there. However, I'm not 100% sure if you can do that with the plague sample or the touch paper. I'm not sure if they'll break or not. So I'm just going to go ahead and go to Falador and not take the risk. And under the wall. And if you can get into the crafting guild, if you have the crafting level, which is like 60 or something, just go ahead and go there. That will definitely be quicker than going to Falador Bank. Deposit the plague sample and touch paper. Also, if you have the pigeon cage, you don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead now and go to Varrock. Now, if you don't have your priest gowns, the clothing shop is right here in Varrock. Alright, let's go ahead and put on the priest gowns. And you can drop your doctor's gown now, you don't need it. Let's go ahead now and head to the eastern part of Varrock. Let's go ahead and make our way into Varrocky's bank. And once here, take out the plague sample and the touch paper. Let's go ahead and continue on south, down towards the magic shop. Now you'll find a fence here, guarded by a guard. Go ahead and open it. And he lets us pass. Let's go ahead and head into the bar, which is to the south. Once in here, we'll find Hobbs. Speak to him, or Hops. And then you'll find Chansey and Da Vinci on the table. Speak to them. And we will now have all 3 of these samples back. Let's go ahead now and head over to this little house just to the east. Open it and speak to Gurdor's wife. And then open his bedroom door. Speak to Gurdor. Say, I have come to ask your assistance in stopping the plague. Say, I've been sent by your old pupil, Elena. Say, that's why Elena wanted you to do it. So he says that there is no plague, so we now need to go to Ardougne and ask Elena about that. So use your Ardougne teleport. So let's go ahead here, and I'm going to go ahead and head a little bit northwest. Nearing the very end of this quest. Walk across the log balance. And go ahead and make your way to Elena's or Elena's house. Run through the conversation with her. It's a long one. She tells us to speak to the king. So let's go ahead and head south. Open up the door and climb up the staircase. He'll be in the first room to the east. Speak to King Lathis. Oops. Say, I don't understand, option 1. And at the end of this long conversation, we will have quest complete. You now have access to use the combat training camp to the north here of Ardougne. And that is quest complete. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, love, peace, and chicken and grease.